Showtime at Checkers. It's $1.99 time.
3 flavors, you choose. The new sweet onion burger, new Wild West burger, or the classic bacon cheddar crisp.
Cause Showtime is go time. Ready to roll time. Checkers $1.99.
Introducing the First Alert Radar Network.
With up to 10 times the resolution of other local radars and technology that can pinpoint right down to your street.
First just got faster. Live from Augusta, you're watching News 12 live at 5.
For years now, a major roadwork project has caused headaches for drivers in the Lewiston Road area of Grovetown. It's all for a diverging diamond interchange that promises to alleviate traffic. Hallie Turner is live at 5 on Lewiston Road. And Hallie, walk us through what drivers need to know.
Well, Will, where you see these cars behind me, in 2 weeks you won't. In fact, the only thing you're going to be seeing more of are these orange barrels. And that's because Columbia County engineer says a 90-hour shutdown is needed to finalize work for the diverging diamond interchange. The closure cannot be done while traffic is crossing the bridge and using the ramps. Leaders say on a day-to-day basis, Lewiston Road sees around 50,000 cars. So Columbia County says the best way to get it all done at one time in a safe manner is by closing it all together and bringing in 4 different work crews to work on it. And before construction started in 2020, Lewiston Road was a 2-lane road sitting at max capacity. And while leaders say the new diamond will ease the mind and expand road capacity, drivers say they're so ready for it to be over.
It's been in construction for as long as I can remember it. So I don't know what's taking so long with this construction. I'm looking forward to it being done.
Now, coming up all new tonight on News 12 at 6 o'clock, we're telling you the best way around these closures.
All right, thanks, Hallie. A lot of drivers out there happy to see this construction start to wrap up here as we take a live look over Lewiston Road here as the sun starts to set on another cold night, and that's when we send things over to First Alert Chief Meteorologist Riley Hale. Riley, the phrase hard freeze is being thrown around. What does that mean for us tonight?
So temperatures below 28 degrees does look likely for areas mainly away from the city, and that would include most spots here around the CSRA. So it is going to be a very cold night. It was a pretty chilly afternoon despite actually seeing a good bit of bluebird skies again today, and temperatures right now still in the 50s for most spots. Here in Augusta, we're at 53, Aiken, the cool spot, 51, and up at the lake, the warm spot currently 58 degrees in there. A live look at the downtown square in downtown Edgefield. Here's a look at our current temps across the board. So 57 up in Saluda, a little bit cooler there in Waynesboro. Millen, you're at 53, Swainsboro 54. So temperatures 50s right now, but within the next couple of hours, they'll likely be close to 40 by 7 o'clock, dropping into the 30s before we get to midnight, and then it's going to be the overnight hours. We do see these very cold lows, most likely anywhere from around 27 to 29 degrees for most spots. Not ruling out maybe there is a spot or two that gets a little bit colder, but make sure you're protecting those outdoor pets tonight. Make sure they have a way to stay warm. Dry weather will continue Friday, and I would imagine we see a good bit of sunshine most of the day tomorrow, but clouds will start to build in late into the day. High temps should be able to hit at least the 50s for most spots. You can see a little bit cooler north of the interstate, but rain will start to move in as we head into Friday night and Saturday. We'll have much more on this forecast coming up in just a bit. But let's get a quick update on your First Alert traffic.
And now, First Alert traffic.
All right, here's a live look at the interstate just outside of News 12 here. We're looking at eastbound, westbound lanes. No major issues, and smooth sailing weather-wise. No rain in the forecast this evening and tonight. Only thing you have to worry about is we are in the golden hour, so westbound traffic, you are going to see blinding sunshine if you are traveling towards Atlanta. Going back out to Grovetown, looking at Lewiston Road and seeing that new traffic interchange about to start up as Hallie Turner was reporting just a little bit earlier. Nice weather out there right now. We'll take a look at some rain for the first part of the weekend in just about 10 minutes.
All right, thanks, Riley. Twice in 1 month, Georgia State Patrol chases ended on News 12 property. We're learning that on Christmas Eve, a chase ended when a suspect vehicle crashes into our fence on the Riverwatch Parkway exit of I-20. Security video here shows a Jeep crossing the off-ramp, the grass divider, and briefly going airborne before hitting the fence surrounding our station. 3 people were arrested, but the driver was not caught. Police say an investigation found the suspects had guns, scales, and a pound of marijuana. Now, earlier in December, on the 9th, a high-speed chase starting on Washington Road ended when a trooper crashed into our sign out front on Riverwatch Parkway. Thankfully, the trooper there only sustaining minor injuries, but the suspect he was chasing actually got away as well. Well, a sixth grader is dead and 5 others are hurt after a school shooting in Perry, Iowa today. Authorities say shots were fired inside Perry High School as students prepared to start their first day of classes after winter break. Now, police say the shooter shot himself. Just in the last hour, we learned the gunman was a 17-year-old student at that school. In addition to the sixth grader killed, we also learned that 6 others are hurt, 5 students and a school administrator. The suspect was armed with a shotgun and handgun and is believed to have acted alone. Authorities also found a homemade explosive device at the school that did not go off.
The law enforcement response was swift and immediate. Roughly 150 officers from local, state, and federal agencies responded within the hour. The investigation in today's tragedy is ongoing.
At this time, a motive is unknown, but authorities do say the shooter made social media posts leading up to and during the shooting. A Georgia deputy is dead after a high-speed chase that ended in Alabama. Earlier this morning in Coweta County, deputies say they were pursuing a suspect driving a stolen vehicle. The chase went on into Chambers County in Alabama. Deputy Sheriff Eric Minix was hit by a police car while apprehending that suspect. The Alabama police officer who allegedly hit Minix has been put on administrative leave while Alabama's law enforcement agency investigates. Tens of thousands of patients are left wondering what's next after United Healthcare announces that Prisma Health is no longer in network. United Healthcare is the largest insurance company in the country, and Prisma Health has providers across South Carolina, including Aiken and the Midlands. UHC says that the decision came after discussions failed to create an agreement both sides found reasonable. Many with UHC insurance plans say this situation is alarming and caught them off guard.
Have a procedure to do tomorrow. I might have to pay for out of pocket. I think we should have gotten some notice that they were gonna at least thinking about doing it.
To say it's scary is a vast understatement. And I know a lot of people are in the same situation that I'm in.
Prisma Health says that patients with Medicare Advantage are able to switch insurance companies from now until the end of March. For UHC insurance holders in active treatment, Prisma Health suggests calling UHC about continuity of care options. Well, the holidays are now behind us, but South Carolina's health department says the risk for respiratory illnesses is still a threat. This is the CDC's map showing the rise in respiratory illnesses, including COVID, RSV, and the flu. Purple is the highest level, and as you can see, that includes South Carolina and Georgia. The lead medical consultant for DHEC says that the flu is taking the lead in the Palmetto State.
For the past few weeks, South Carolina has been number 1 or 2 in the number of flu cases reported by the CDC, and we continue to be in that range. Other states are also seeing increases, so we're seeing it to begin to increase across the country, not just here in the Southeast.
She also says South Carolina is continuing to see flu-related deaths and says that serves as a reminder that the flu should be taken seriously. Augusta District Attorney Jared Williams could be appointed to prosecute Georgia's lieutenant governor for his alleged efforts to overturn the state's 2020 election. Burt Jones was a state senator in 2020 where he and other electors intended to cast votes for Donald Trump, even though Georgia already had electors committed to Biden. Jones now could face charges as a co-conspirator in the Georgia indictment against Trump and some of his supporters who tried to overturn the election results. A judge disqualified Fulton County District Attorney Fonnie Willis because of a conflict of interest. Today, he learned he is being considered as the replacement prosecutor. In a statement today, Williams says he is honored to learn he could be the replacement prosecutor. He says that his job is to protect the Constitution, uphold the law, and prosecute crimes without fear, favor, or affection. Now, Williams says he is ready to serve the state of Georgia if called upon. Lieutenant Governor Burt Jones has previously denied wrongdoing, saying he and other electors acted only to preserve Trump's chances of winning a court challenge. In just a few weeks, all eyes in the political world will be focused on South Carolina. For the first time, the state will hold the first in-the-nation Democratic presidential primary, along with the traditional first-in-the-South Republican primary. Key deadlines are coming up soon, and Mary Green explains what South Carolinians need to know if they want to participate in either race.
In South Carolina, you have to be registered to vote at least 30 days before an election. With the state's first-in-the-nation Democratic primary coming up on February 3rd, that means the registration deadline is 11:59 tonight. With the clock ticking, likely the only option people have to do this at this point is to register online with the South Carolina Election Commission at scvotes.gov.
The online registration is really quick and easy, but it does require you to have an up-to-date DMV ID or license, so make sure you have your DMV ID and make sure you know your Social Security number.
The first-in-the-South Republican primary is later on February 24th. The deadline to register to vote in time for that primary is in 3 weeks, January 25th. With a bit more time, people can register to vote online by completing and mailing in a voter registration form or in person at their county voter registration office. Because voters don't register with a political party in South Carolina, they can vote in either primary, but not both.
Your participation, we keep a record of it, so you can only vote in one, and we track which one you vote in. When we don't know who you voted for, we know which election you voted in.
And to be clear, these deadlines are for South Carolinians who are not yet registered to vote. If you're already a registered voter, all you need to do is show up to vote the day of the primary in which you're participating, or in the 2 weeks of early in-person voting before both primaries. Reporting Columbia, I'm Mary Green.
And the South Carolina Election Commission says if you're already registered to vote but have moved, make sure your registration is updated with your new address. If you've moved from one county to another, you must register in your new county by the deadline to be eligible to vote. A decades-old cold case out of Atlanta, now red hot. Just ahead, we'll break down how a tip led to a breakthrough in a child's death and who's now on trial. Riley?
Well, we are staying dry again tomorrow, but rain does look likely early Saturday and then a stronger system showing up next Tuesday. We'll have the full forecast just after the break.
All new on News 12 at 6 o'clock, we're taking a look at some of the businesses opening up this week in Aiken.
Get them before they're gone. Milton Rubens Superstore.
Livebaby.com. Click, click.
Welcome back. Here's a live look at our Thurman Dam cam, looking at clear skies, and with clear skies and fairly calm winds overnight, we are in store for very cold temps. We're already currently in the mid-50s, so high temps really stayed below average again for most spots again this afternoon. It's going to be a quick fall into the 30s over the, I would say, by around 9-10 o'clock. We're already hitting the 30s across the area. By tomorrow morning, we're hitting the upper 20s for most spots, especially away from the city. Could even see a few of those colder locations getting to the mid-20s. So make sure you're protecting your outdoor pets tonight. Make sure they have a way to stay warm and be prepared for those cold temps for the first part of your Friday. Nice weather nonetheless. Not expecting much in the way of any rainfall during the day Friday. We're just going to see building cloud cover throughout the day. High temps will remain cool, most likely in the mid-50s out there again tomorrow. Now, rain does look likely as we push into our Friday night and at least Saturday morning. Now, the good news is heading into the weekend, it doesn't look like an all-day rain event Saturday. It looks like mainly just a morning thing we have to deal with, and then by lunchtime, it's out of here. And then we're looking at dry weather Saturday afternoon and all day Sunday. So any outdoor plans you have planned this weekend may not necessarily be impacted by this system, but very high rain chance before lunchtime Saturday. So anything Saturday morning definitely could get wet out there, but anything Saturday afternoon or Sunday should be good to go. A little bit breezy Sunday. Behind that rain system on Saturday, we'll see that wind sustained anywhere from 10 to 15 miles an hour during the day. Here's the rest of this evening and to tonight. You can see clear skies holding on, temps below freezing for the first part of your Friday morning. We'll see a few clouds show up later into the afternoon. This will be a sign of that rain pushing in later into our Friday night. Most likely, technically speaking, it'll be Saturday morning, but it'll be about 2-3 a.m. when most of us are asleep. So this is just going to continue through sunrise up until around lunchtime. Could see some heavy downpours, not rolling out of rumble of thunder, just not expecting strong storms with this system. And then there you go, by 1:30 Saturday afternoon, still cloudy. And the one tricky thing Saturday is temperature forecast. Take a look at the temperature by around 2 o'clock Saturday in Washington. It's 45, but Millen's at 65. So that's a 20-degree temperature difference from the northern and southern CSRA. So Augusta is going to be right in the middle. It's going to make our high temperature very difficult to forecast for us. So anywhere from 65 to 45 across the area for your Saturday afternoon. Here's a look at our rain totals. So with this system pushing through Friday night into Saturday morning, definitely has the potential to produce some heavy rain in a few spots, maybe up to and over an inch. Not ruling that out. So make sure you clean out the drains, the gutters, cleaned up of all the leaves and everything. So this is our system for Saturday. That will bring us close to an inch of rainfall in a few spots. This system next Tuesday looks a little bit more concerning. It's going to be a much stronger system, producing higher rain totals, maybe over 2 inches, and definitely some windier conditions as well, with gusts up to 35. So this active pattern will continue. We'll just continue to follow these disturbances in our jet stream, and that is going to show up most likely for us on Tuesday, currently just crossing over the Bering Strait there near Alaska. Here's a look at our 7-day forecast. We got partly cloudy skies for your Friday, and we do expect rain Friday night into early Saturday morning, but dry Saturday afternoon, and then looking nice for your Sunday.
Thanks, Riley. Intense and emotional testimony over whether a DeKalb County mother killed her own child in a 25-year-old cold case trial. Each of the witnesses knew both Teresa Black and her son William Hamilton, who was found dead in a wooded area in DeKalb County over 2 decades ago. Jasmina Alston has more.
Teresa Black sat in a DeKalb County courtroom looking straight ahead as she faces several charges in connection to her son's death, including felony murder, nearly 24 years after 6-year-old William Hamilton's body was found. On Wednesday, the state argued medications were detected in his body that were given to him shortly before his death, and they argue Black knew something was wrong with him but never got any help. William's body was discovered in a wooded area in 1999.
What's going to become clear is that these woods were not some place she just happened upon. They weren't a location where she just decided to lay her head down one night. What these woods were a dump site.
Black's attorneys say she and William were homeless and she was doing her best as a mother at the time. They claim Black gave William medicine because he was sick and then took him to the wooded area near Clifton Church Road to sleep. According to her attorneys, the next day, she says her son didn't wake up and she eventually left.
She did not kill her son. She did not cause the death of her son. She did not cause the death of her son by giving him too much medication. She did not cause his death by not seeking medical help. She did not hit him in the face and cause that broken bone.
William's body remained unidentified for nearly 2 decades, and the case went cold until a woman called in a tip saying she knew Teresa and her son in 1998 and had been searching for him ever since. She recognized an updated artist rendering of William. At the time of her arrest in 2022, Black was extradited from her home in Arizona and brought to DeKalb County.
And the trial continued today and is expected to last into next week. Well, a new bill in South Carolina wants to introduce a new idea to an age-old problem. Just ahead, we'll break down how churches could be the answer to the housing crisis.
First Alert Radar, powered by Jim Hudson Automotive Group. Who can ever be John Boy and Associates?
You can see a lot of light here. Cars are out there actually hydroplaning. I think it's a dangerous situation.
Mama?
She's on her way, bud.
Hey, hon. It's nasty out there.
Yeah, glad you're home.
Stay safe.
I will. Tell them to save me some.
When others head in, we head out. Dominion Energy. If you were exposed to...
And now George St. Entry Lawyers is serving you.
We're here to help. Call all nines.
Hey, it's Anna Christina, and I think it's time for a new year, new you, new mattress. Ring in the new year with a great night's sleep with Jimmy's Home Furnishings. Come shop Tempur-Pedic, Stearns & Foster, and Sealy. We're offering free delivery on all mattress purchases. Also, take advantage of up to 40% off select clearance items store-wide, as well as 60-month interest-free financing. Here in Grovetown, located just 2 miles from exit 190. Jimmy's Home Furnishings, where it feels like home.
Could churches be the solution to the housing crisis in South Carolina? That's the plan behind a new bill that was pre-filed by Representative Wendell Jones. Officials say that most churches are in communities that need affordable housing the most.
Representative Wendell Jones, along with other elected officials, pre-filed the bill known as H4544, which will allow churches to build affordable housing without being taxed. Representative Jones says there is an affordable housing shortage in every county of South Carolina, as well as an uptick in rent and the cost of single-family homes. Seeing that churches are already tax exempt, this bill would allow these institutes to provide land for projects, which brings down the cost of building affordable housing and makes it easier to create these projects. If the bill is passed, churches would have to create a for-profit and maintain at least 10% ownership of the new development. This would provide taxable income that will go back to the state. Representative Wendell Jones talks about the feedback he has received from the public about this bill.
They are absolutely excited about it. Honestly, I'm very grateful because when you put forth policy, you kind of brace yourself for pushback. I haven't seen a lot of that. Many people feel it's a creative way of doing it. It's a win-win for all aspects of community.
And Representative Jones says it will be a long process before the bill makes it to the Senate. In the meantime, you're encouraged to call your local offices and officials and let them know if you support this bill. Riley?
Well, we are going to see another beautiful day tomorrow. Rain will push through early Saturday, but mostly dry weekend. Other than that, another look at the forecast for you just after the break.
This right here is
Tom, or call the number on your screen.
All right, welcome back, folks. Here's a live look from our SRP Park Cam. A beautiful evening there on the Savannah River, 13th Street Bridge, looking nice, and we have temperatures going to get pretty cold tonight. Currently 53. We should be hitting the 40s by around 7 o'clock, so it is going to be a quick drop temperature-wise. If you are stepping out this evening, temps are going to be feeling very cold, so make sure you are bundled up. 50 right now in Washington, 51 in Edgefield, up at the lake, there between Lincolnton and McCormick, 54 degrees. Swainsboro, you're a little bit cooler. Same thing as Millen, currently in the low 50s. Now, by tomorrow morning, I'm expecting most spots to be waking up into the 20s, so this is going to be a very cold start to the day. Generally clear skies to start off our Friday, but we'll notice a few more clouds showing up by the afternoon. You're going to need the jacket and the gloves out there heading out to the bus stop early tomorrow afternoon, mid-50s, and just a few clouds showing up late into the day tomorrow. Rain will show up Friday night into Saturday, and then a beautiful day on Sunday.
All right, thanks, Riley. Stick with us. We have more news, weather, and sports coming up after a short break as News 12 Live at 5 continues.
George St. Entry Lawyers